Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't sat down to really talk in a while. Like, I did that one video where I discussed what beauty means to me, but that was like a quick, simple video. But today I want to sit down. Well, I am sitting, so I don't want to sit down. But I just want to talk a little bit about the cons of being blind. So, yes, I talk a lot about blindness here on my channel. I talk a lot about the good things of being blind, all the positives of being blind, all of the, the benefits. But I don't think I've ever really talked about the times when it's not that great, the times when I don't feel like it's going well, So that's why I'm making this video, because I just feel like there's still a lot of things that I haven't discussed with you guys. So yeah. First and foremost, before we jump in, please remember to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get updates on every time I upload. And I feel like that's the only announcement I have to make. Okay. Oh, another thing. It's pouring outside. So for me, when I'm in situations, I always try to find the positives of it, especially when it has to do with advocacy and just putting myself out there. But there also is a negative side to that, because when you are constantly putting yourself out there, there's times when you feel burnt out because you're like, I have to do this, I have to do this. And I need to make sure that I'm advocating, I'm getting what I need, and I'm being independent, And for me, as much as it's nice to be able to say, yeah, I advocate for myself and I'm able to speak up and do all of this, sometimes I just want somebody else to be like, hey, you don't need to talk about it. I'm going to help you through it. Because for me, as a blind person, putting myself out there already is difficult as it is. So, whether that's in a job situation, whether that's in social situations, whether that's in advocating, all of it is just, it can be really exhausting, because I feel like for me, I have to try even harder than everybody else does, because of the fact that for everybody else, it's just a simple, it's just a day-to-day thing for everyone. They don't have to think about getting accommodations unless they have another disability that isn't visible. But they don't have to think about getting accommodations. They don't have to think about all of the discomfort that comes with having a disability, because I've had people ask me a lot of questions, and I'm going to get into that at some point, well, during this video. But when it comes to advocating, it gets exhausting, because you have to constantly repeat yourself sometimes. Sometimes it's not just a simple, hey, this is what I require and I need to have this done. Not like that, but in a much more respectful way. But when nothing is being done and you're not getting the help that you require, you're not getting the help that you need, it makes you feel like your voice is being silenced, like you don't have the chance to, you're not being able to speak up and speak out about things that are on your mind, things that are bothering you. And so I've been in situations like that where I've constantly had to be on top of a situation because of the fact that nobody else was really helping me. Nobody else was doing anything to help the situation already that was going on. And so I was constantly like knocking on people's doors like, hey, this needs to happen, and hey, I need to meet with so-and-so, and hey, I have to email this person, and all of it, yes, it makes you feel like, okay, I feel like this is what people do. Like, this is what everybody does. You know, we all sit in front of our computers and we email and we do professional things, but some days it's just a lot to take in, and it's a lot to deal with, especially when you're dealing with academics, you're dealing with outside situations, you're dealing with social anxieties, because trust me, I'm sure that I have anxiety when it comes to being in social situations, which I will most likely do a video on. But all of that is to say that, yes, I can come on this channel and I can tell you about all of the great experiences, all of the great things that I have done because of my disability, all of the things that have made me feel, that have allowed me to be who I am. But that's not to say that I don't ever feel discouraged. That's not to say that I don't ever still feel like I'm not doing anything and everything in my power to get what I need to get, to make sure that I'm succeeding at whatever it is that I am doing. Because it happens. It happens to a lot of blind people, more than you may ever think it does. So, that's the first con. Advocating can sometimes be a lot of work. The next thing I want to talk about is social situations. For me, I'm a very outgoing, friendly, fun-loving, social person. Very bubbly. I always have some good, positive energy. But I do often feel like an outcast. And this doesn't just happen within friend groups. This happens within family. Because there's times when I see my brothers and I see my cousins doing things that I want to do. But part of me feels like I'm a burden to people. I feel like the reason why I don't have a lot of friends, the reason I don't make a lot of friends where I go, and, well, let me scratch that. Let me reverse what I was saying. The reason why I don't connect with as many people where I go is because I could be sitting down having a great conversation with somebody and I'm like, oh, this is going so great. Like, I think I made a friend, you know? And then, yeah, I may have made a friend, but that doesn't mean that the friendship may continue from that point. Because I feel like there's times when I meet people and they think, oh, she's blind, I don't want to take on that responsibility of having to, quote unquote, take care of her, of having to hold her and like have her hold on to my arm everywhere we go. And so I don't talk about it because, again, talking about my problems is burdensome to some people. They may not say it, but some may imply it. And so among family and friends, people around my age, I do feel like an outcast. Because, and I say this 1,000 times over and over and over again. You guys heard me say this so much. I like to do everything a sighted person can do. I wish I could drive, but that's the only thing I can't do. I can't drive. I can't get in a car and, well, now I'm going off topic. Guys, this video is going to be all over the place, but that's fine. It's all tying into everything I want to talk about. But I do everything a sighted person can do. I go to parties. I go to concerts. I hang out with friends. I like watching movies. And yes, I said watching. I like reading. I like outdoor activities. Bike riding. Swimming. I like all of that stuff. But I feel like the people around my age don't see it that way. They see a blind girl and they're like, well, there's no way in hell that she's, you know, any little bit of normal. What does that even mean? What does normal mean to anybody? Because to me, I'm normal. I'm a regular person. except I have a disability. So, being in social situations, as fun as it is to be able to network and connect with people and meet new people and be all friendly and outgoing, it sometimes feels like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I'm just standing in a corner waiting for somebody to come over and be like, so, how are you? Start up a conversation. A lot of the times when I am in social situations, I'm the one starting a conversation. I'm the one, saying, hey, my name is Gabby, like, yada yada yada, whatever. And in the rare occasion that it's happened where people have come up to me and started a conversation, a good chunk of those friendships don't always last the way I would expect them to. So yes, again, I love being social, I love being outgoing, I love all that fun stuff. But there are days when I feel like I'm in a box and everybody else is just, mingling, everybody's doing their thing, connecting with each other, and they have their little niche, their groups. So that's another con. On to the next thing. Driving. Okay, so as a blind person, I feel like driving is the most amazing thing. It's one of the coolest things I think about when I think about what sighted people can do. You have the chance, you have the opportunity, not the opportunity, but you have like the freedom to just get up, grab the car keys, hop in the car, drive, maybe 5-10 minutes to the nearest Starbucks, drive to the mall to meet up with friends, go pick up your friends, and not have to validate the reasons for why you're going out. Have to validate the reasons for, oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing this. I've seen it happen where people can just get up and be like, well, I'll see you later. Be back in an hour, be back, later on. I wish I had the opportunity to drive. You guys have no idea. I feel like I have more things to talk about. But yeah, I think a big part of it is that when I'm in these situations, I feel like people are internally judging me. I can walk into a room and I can be just as quote unquote normal as the last person that just walked in. But the first thing that anybody would ever probably see is a cane. And that makes me sad because you can't seem to look past that. A lot of people don't. They're just like, oh, well, that's that. I'm not crossing that line. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to make adaptions. I don't want to make a company or anything accessible. And that's another thing too, is when you're applying for jobs, walking into that interview and feeling like you have it under control. I spoke about this in the discrimination video I did. But feeling like everything is going so great, you're really proud of yourself, and then the minute you get that call or you get that email and they're like, well, we don't think we can hire you, or something along those lines. It's like, I know in your mind the first thing you're seeing is a cane. The first thing you're seeing is, uh-oh, there's a person with a disability. We're most likely going to have accommodations prepared for them and do this and do that. And the thing is with that is the unemployment rate in the blind community is at like 70-75%. And the fact that I am, what was I trying to say? My words are all over the place today. But no, back to what I was saying, just about having to make these accommodations and feeling like it's going to be a burden to them. I'm going to constantly say this word because that's what it seems like. It seems like I'm a burden to people when I have to talk about accommodations that I need. I have to talk about things that aren't okay in my opinion. So, jobs, yes, definitely has happened. But I don't know, guys. I just feel like sometimes I'm just waiting to see if things would ever change. And yeah, so my hair is like getting on my nerves right now. Sorry, it's my phone. Let me put that on mute. But no, these are just some of the cons, the issues that come with having a disability, especially with blindness. I can't speak on other things. I can only speak on my experiences, the things I've obviously witnessed, and it's sad. It really makes me sad. But I mean, like I said, I always try to find the positives in a lot of these things, but it's hard when the whole situation is negative. You know? How do you find the positive in something that doesn't seem like there could be a positive way to think about it? So yeah, I feel like there was something else I had to say, but I can't seem to remember it right now. But I hope that you guys were able to understand that this is not me complaining about anything. I just felt like I wanted to show you guys the downside of being blind. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I will be doing another video pretty soon talking about my social anxieties, and I will go into more depth on just how those situations are negative. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.